contest with the Los Angeles Clippers here in L.A. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. On the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Kobe is out there with Nash. Then there's Howard. Then it's Pau Gasol. And it's World Peace in at the 4 slot. And for the Clippers, in the front court, it's Caron Butler, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan. Chris Paul and Chauncey Billups make up the backcourt.
You know, Steve Nash is one of the most amazing stories ever in the NBA in terms of late career success. I mean, we're talking about a player who didn't make his first All-Star game until he was 27. And yet, in his 30s, he won 2 league MVPs and was back in the All-Star game last season again.
Pass to Paul. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Five to shoot. Puts it up from 17. Rejected by Kobe. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The Lakers with the ball. 4-point game.
And you know, again, going back to Steve Nash, he's 38 years old, and last season, guys, he shot 53% from the field, averaged around 11 assists a game. I mean, statistically, that's as effective as he's ever been in his Hall of Fame career. It's absolutely mind-blowing that he's playing at that level at this age.
And here's the Lakers. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Mike Brown. And what'd you find out, Doris?
He knows a big part of winning this game will come down to how well they can guard Blake Griffin. He said it all comes down to positioning and preventing him from getting inside, both on and off the ball. And guys, he's willing to concede some open jump shots to Griffin to do that. We'll see if Griffin can make him pay for it. Back to you.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
Vinny Del Negro now in his 5th season as an NBA coach. He spent 2 years coaching in Chicago, now in his 3rd year with the LA Clippers.
I think they gave him a little too much room there. I mean, that was all he needed to rise up and punch that one down.
Yeah, he's going to jump at those chances, guys.
Yeah, that's what he does. He is a high flyer.
Butler defended by Gasol. Shoots from the high post. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Well, and going back to Coach Vinny Del Negro, 14-year playing career, 12 in the NBA, played a couple years in Italy. His best NBA year, Steve, with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, Vinny was an excellent shooter, particularly in the mid-range. Loved to come off low screens along the baseline, curl into the lane. He'd shoot over the top of the defense. Had a good feel for the game, could run the floor a little bit. So a nice, solid player in the NBA, and has turned into a good coach as well.
A different look for the Clippers. Lamar Odom, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Hill comes in for Caron Butler. And it's Crawford in for Chauncey Billups. And then for the Lakers, Jamison comes in for Metta World Peace. And Matt Barnes is subbed in for Dwight Howard.
And what I love about him, Kevin, is the supreme confidence he has at the offensive end of the floor. He just seems to want the big shot with the game on the line.
Very true, and what I noticed with him is his ability to jump on teams right out of the break. I mean, he doesn't need a ton of shots to get going. He's locked in by nature.
Lakers trail by 3. Kobe, the pass to Nash. Kobe against Odom. Right side, Kobe, and the Lakers tack on 2 more.
And his skills go well beyond just his scoring ability. They really can run their entire offense through him.
Paul dishes to Griffin. Over Gasol. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. And here is Barnes. Over Billups. And again, the Lakers no good. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. The Clippers on top. They're up by 1. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
It was pretty impressive the way they moved the ball, made the extra pass, and found open shooters that whole quarter.
Yeah, it's been a complete team effort out there. Great to watch.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Caron Butler. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Odom. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's Billups in at the 2.
The Clippers enjoyed a big turnaround season last year, Kevin, but one area that they still could use work on is getting wins against other teams in the Pacific Division.
Here's Jordan. Jams it straight down.
Reverse that one. Oh, now that was nice. Real nice.
The agility on display.
Yeah, you love that body control.
Oh, that one had it all, guys. Power and grace. Just beautiful.
Blake kicks to world peace. Count that one. Clark, that point you made about the Clippers in the division, just 7-7 for them last year. Steve, they could probably do better this year.
I would think so, although, you know, the Pacific is getting better. When you look at Golden State and Sacramento up north, both faring very well in the draft. Phoenix trying to make a little comeback, too. So, you know, Clippers, Lakers, Pacific is becoming pretty tough.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Hill comes in for Caron Butler. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Chauncey Billups. And it's Paul in for Eric Bledsoe. Nash kicks to Howard. Griffin's there. Fader on the way. It's blocked. Gasol. Excellent D there from Hill.
Once he had to change the shot because of the hand in his face, you knew he wasn't going to make it.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Kevin, as fast as point guard Chris Paul is, he is also the master of using, quote, change of pace to keep defenders off balance. He said, when I first came into the NBA, I could just zoom by anybody. But it comes with time. It's about understanding the game. I always say that guys that go at one speed, they are easy to prepare for. I feel like if I change speed, you can never relax. Kevin, no defender can afford it.
That's right, Doris. Thanks.
He definitely keeps defenses on their toes.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
For the Clippers, Lamar Odom is checked in for Hill. Billups comes in for Jamal Crawford. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Chris Paul. Kobe can't hit.
You know, another great season for Kobe Bryant last year. And he actually traveled to Germany in the offseason for a special treatment to his knee and his ankle that he said made a huge difference in his ability to play without pain.
Gets it to go. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Bledsoe with it. And it's Howard picking him up. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And the Clippers making a change here. Jordan's checked in. Blake kicks to world peace. There's the feed to Blake. From outside the arc, count the bucket. Blake's got 5 points now this quarter. Steve, you mentioned that special treatment overseas that Kobe went through. Some friends said that he had been contemplating retirement prior to the treatment. He felt so good. He said, I'm going to play another 2, 3, 4 years.
Well, he's on record as saying he doesn't want to keep playing if he can't dominate and be dominant. So the injuries held him back more than he's let on, but the treatments have actually made him feel better.
Barnes passes to Kobe. And that one's good. Kobe's got 8 points.
Good work turning that into an easy 2-point. He can attack the rim as well as anybody.
The open shot, Billups. The Lakers with the rebound. Howard's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Blake dishes to Howard. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
A rim rocker.
Looked for a second like he might rip the cylinder loose.
Now that is some strength there, guys.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
Not the guy you want to see taking too many free throws. Last season, his numbers among the worst in the league.
You know, yeah, guys, last year was a rough one for him at the stripe. I mean, it's going to be hard for him not to improve on those numbers. They were that bad.
And the first half ends in a...
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Tipping off the halftime show, I'm Damon Bruce, and it's a close one underway in...
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out away here in the third. Kobe Bryant really making a difference here.
Yeah, the points have really come in bunches for him so far, and not really a surprise because you know exactly what he can do.
Well, he's been in the groove all game long, Steve, and not too many hiccups in regards to his shooting, but we also have come to expect this from him, so we're not surprised by it.
Second half underway, and here's who Mike Brown's got on the floor. World Peace is out there with Heller. Then it's Nash. Then it's Pau Gasol. And it's Kobe in at the point. The drive by Paul. That shot by Griffin, no good.
Well, it was an eventful season for Pau Gasol a year ago. Almost got traded before the season started for Chris Paul. The NBA rescinded the deal, and Pau then went on to play for the Lakers the remainder of the season, but did not make the All-Star team.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Certainly, guys. Los Angeles now has two top-tier teams with the Lakers and the Clippers. And the Clippers clearly are the more explosive of the two. But as Kobe Bryant said, I like jewelry. I like winning. If we're the boring team, then we're the boring team, as long as we get results. You have to evolve. You just have to adjust. Guys, the Lakers, while certainly older and more veteran, but with the addition of Steve Nash, as formidable as ever.
Both good teams, Doris. We'll see if either is ready to go for a championship. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Going back to Pau last season, it wasn't just the one trade that got overturned. There was constant trade rumors all season long. Remember Kobe Clark came out and said, you know, either trade him or don't trade him, but don't keep putting his name out there because it's disruptive to the team. He said that halfway through the season, they eventually kept him, of course. I think it weird on everybody, but obviously Clark it weird on Pau.
Yeah, it did. It had to, man. That's tough. It's hard not to have it wear on you a bit. The Lakers weren't getting a ton of production outside of their big three, and you know, sometimes in a situation like that, it can make sense to trade one of your very good players, but the fact that they were undecided and it didn't happen and it was just kind of hovering didn't do anybody any good.
Paul kicks to Butler. Launches it. Some solid defense from Kobe. Lakers leading by 4. Lobs the alley-oop pass, and it's Howard finishing it off.
Flawless alley-oop that time. That's some real stylish basketball there.
Almost looks like a play they've been rehearsing for a while.
Well, that's the beauty of the alley-oop. It appears that way, but really it's just timing and sort of an innate sense of awareness between two teammates.
Soft defense right there. Way too soft.
Well, it's always been a one-team show in L.A. I mean, the Lakers have dominated that city forever, basically. But the Clippers were able to kind of one-up the Lakers in the Chris Paul sweepstakes last year, and now there's a real rivalry.
Phillips passes to Paul, and it's sent back by Kobe. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Butler. Second shot opportunity. Oh, and here we go. Kobe's got another fast break chance. Gasol takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. And it used to be a rivalry more out of proximity than anything else, but with the games these two teams played last year, that really changed. Now, the Clippers have now become relevant.
Yeah, they have been, and there was actually some chippiness going on between the two teams, and the Clippers were letting the Lakers know, hey, they're tired of being the younger brother. I think this is going to be fun for a long time.
I agree. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Great look, disappointing result.
You know, most times he knocks that one down.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. He kicks it to Butler. Over Gasol. And Gasol sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Nash. Back to Gasol. And there's the pass to Nash. Over Bledsoe. Nash's shot is in. Nash has got 4 points this quarter. Got it up. Shot is off. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively.
30.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Now, let's check in with Doris Burke for the Sprite Uncontainable Game. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. And it's the Lakers with the Uncontainable Game Award for the offensive stretch they put together. They closed out the first half with an incredible effort, and that second quarter surge looks to be the difference for them as they head to the fourth with a lead.
Thank you, Doris. And how many times, guys, do we see a run like this become the difference maker in the outcome of a game?
Well, that usually is the case, Kevin, when one team can get on a run like they did, where they just feel so dominant offensively. More often than not, that's going to be the difference in the game.
And in this game, even at the very beginning of that run, you could sense the momentum getting ready to take a huge swing. And swing it did, fellas. Swing it did.
So with Billups on the bench, here's who's on the floor now for Vinny Del Negro. On the wings, it's Crawford and Grant Hill. Odom out there with Griffin. And it's Paul in at the one. The Lakers making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. Hill against Nash. And here's Kobe from the arc. Can't get it to go. So the Clippers will take it the other way. 3-on-3. Tipped. Stolen by World Peace. Gasol against Paul. Shoots the three. Offensive rebound. Here's Howard. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, probably the most dominant defensive presence in the league today. Actually, there's no question about it. He is. Covers so much ground. He's big. He can jump. He anticipates. He just changes the entire team's defensive outlook when he's on the floor.
Yeah, steals, rebounds, and most dramatically blocks shots. He brings an athleticism, does Howard, to the center position that we've not seen in a long time.
Nash drives in. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Butler. And the Clippers miss again.
Good, tough defense there. Getting a hand up, forcing that miss.
Well, he's got the reputation of being a tough defender, and there was an example right there for him.
Nash with the bucket.
Boy, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Vinny Del Negro was going over with his team. He told them, guys, we're getting bogged down in the half court. Let's get out and run, see what's available in early offense. If there's nothing there, we can always back it out and run our sets. Good advice, Kevin.
Boy, they saw the opening for that alley-oop, guys, and they didn't waste any time.
Well, those openings don't stay there for long, that's for sure.
That's right. It's got to be an immediate play because those defenses are so fast.
Here's Butler. And he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2. That's on Dwight Howard.
Well, in the recent collective bargaining agreement, one of the rules that was changed was how the D-League can be used by NBA teams. And it's now been ruled that players with 3 or less years of experience in the league could be sent down. And they've added exceptions after that as well. I think it's a good rule.
Chris Paul, he's checked in for Lamar Odom. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Goes up the baseline, and the Lakers tack on 2 more. Going back to the D-League, Steve, it really does seem to be a better use of the league for the NBA. Now they can grow young talent a little easier.
I think it makes perfect sense. Sometimes a player might be injured. Maybe he gets a rehab assignment in the D-League. It makes the D-League more viable, but it also gives the teams and the players more opportunities to help the player.
And so Billups nails both of them. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Difficult to explain that turnover. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did, but he really lost his place on the court.
Here's Paul. Here's Griffin, and he bangs it home with one hand.
Major glass eating that time, fellas.
That's just the kind of aggressive basketball he's known for.
Yeah, it seems like we see that play from him almost every night. An offensive board that ends with a slam.
Oh, man, that was unreal. Mark it up. Went for the two-hand throw down there. Needed safety and power.
That's how you do it.
Yep.
No, nothing fancy, but he finished with force.
And that was Sprite bringing you the close-up on that big-time play. Ball kicks to Jordan.
What a play. No regular dunk there. A superb alley-oop.
And it was a great pass, too, to set him up.
No, those two have such a great feel for each other. They're just fun to watch play together.
The Lakers have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Nash dishes to Kobe. Over Paul. That doesn't go in either for Kobe. The game has come down to this.
Ginormous possession here.
What intensity. The three from Billups cannot hit. And the Lakers take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Pau Gasol has checked in for Matt Barnes. And they go to the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that quickly all over the court.
Yeah, it sure does, Clark. And look at the assist totals. They're piling up. I mean, this has been a nice game execution-wise for this club.
And so they foul intentionally. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Los Angeles calls timeout. They're trailing by 8. 24 seconds left in the game. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. From deep, Billups buries it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. And he commits the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
Boy, solid. Those are important free throws, guys. Give them a little cushion for that lead.
Here's Butler. The Lakers with the rebound. Outside, Kobe. From beyond the arc, and then some. And the Lakers lead by 10.
And this one is just about over. It's going to be an easy win for them in the end.
Yep, I think they can just about put this one on.
Give me that beat, fool. It's a full-time jack move. Don't worry, Skano. I get back soon. Just had a little fun. What's up? That's that collection. Blackout.